Timmy. This podcast is brought to you by Our City Coffee, the coffee we develop. We're gonna talk a lot about Our City Coffee today on the podcast. Yep. Actually, coffee that is the best damn coffee you've ever had. Use our code BS for 15% off to try coffee right now. ourcitycoffee.com. We have a subscription you can set up so you don't have to take your lazy ass to the grocery store. You just wait and coffee's delivered to your doorstep, Timothy. Again, use the code BS at ourcitycoffee.com. Have you ever wanted to start your own business?
Yep.
How many of you started?
A few.
A handful. Well, we know you're not the only one listening to this podcast right now as I specifically speak into the microphone that wants to start their own business. We're here to help. We've helped people launch dozens of businesses, earn millions of dollars, and now we've put it together in an online academy called the Biz Launch Academy. Don't just talk about it. It's time to be about it. Go to bizlaunchacademy.co, get more information. We can walk you through the entire process, help you put together your strategy, your marketing plan, how to create content, what that content's going to look like, and so much more. Again, bizlaunchacademy.co. Hey, Timmy, happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
And by Friday, I mean Sunday or Monday, probably.
Happy Sunday, Monday.
Sunday the 11th. You're currently in Oakland, California.
Yep.
Get ready.
Cold as fuck up here.
Is it?
I don't know.
It's August
I'm sure it's fine.
11th.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Yeah. And gearing up for a nice trip to Hawaii.
Yep. Maui. Heading back to Maui. Try to find the heart of Tahiti.
I don't get it.
Shout out to people who have kids.
Is that Moana?
Yeah, that's Moana.
Oh, nice. Delicious cup of Our City coffee. Speaking of Our City coffee, what a transition, Timothy.
Yep.
You hear that? I drink the coffee. Now we talk about the coffee. Last weekend, we head to Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Which was my first visit there.
Mine
actual
kind
visit
of
there.
too. Yeah. We've driven through.
Yeah, drive-through doesn't count as a visit.
Doesn't count. First time either of us have stopped in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Correct.
Stayed at a beautiful hotel there. The first time, so Tim and I travel a decent amount, and usually we use Hotels Tonight app.
Yep.
And for some reason, the last two times, there's been one bed for us to cuddle up.
No, not last time. Vegas was two.
Vegas was two?
I think there was only one time in Chicago.
Chicago was. The time before
Yeah.
that, I think it was two.
I don't know.
Anyway, but this time we had two beds, which was nice.
Yeah.
They don't tell you. You don't get to like pick
And a
online.
couch. Two beds
and a couch.
Yeah.
Luxurious space.
Yeah.
I guess you get that in the burbs of Albuquerque. So we're there for the our second Our City Coffee experience. Cowboy Cerrone, if you don't know who that is, the winningest UFC fighter of all time.
Probably the most active too. He just turns around, yeah, I'll fight. Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Cool ass dude. He's like his name's Donald Cowboy Cerrone, known as Cowboy Cerrone, and he embodies everything you think he would as of a cowboy. So, Timmy, explain the contest to us for a little bit, if you would.
Yeah, basically it's very similar to the Askren one, where someone won the opportunity to fly to
Another UFC fighter.
Right. Ben Askren. So the contest, the sweepstakes was somebody had the opportunity to go to Albuquerque, New Mexico, to his BMF ranch.
Yeah.
Which is 40 acres. He's got paintball on it. He's got training on it. He's got all this cool stuff.
Animals.
Yeah, he's got animals. He's got buffalo. He's got a white buffalo. We can get into more of that in a second. But so basically, you go to Albuquerque, you have a cup of coffee with Cowboy Cerrone. You come chill at the ranch. He's going to give you a tour of the ranch, take pictures, do the fun stuff. Go ahead.
All of it with the donation. So how you enter into the contest.
Right, that's where I was getting at. But go ahead, finish.
All right, we'll finish it. You enter to donate to the Kevin Harvick Foundation, which was Cowboy's idea. Cowboy, his management team actually works with them as well.
Yep.
So you enter through donation. We pick somebody at random, and then you get to do all that cool shit.
Yep.
So that's what we did. So we're there for 30 hours.
Yeah, we were total.
Yeah, we were. The people that won actually were in Albuquerque, so they drove. They weren't far. The winners of the contest. So we're there. They were like super geeked about it. We were too. I mean, it's cool. One thing with doing the stuff that we do, we're always meeting cool people. It's and we talked to Cowboy about this. A lot of times when you meet people, athletes, famous people, they're dicks, even if they seem really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't.
No, he was exactly what we thought he'd be.
Exactly what we thought he would be. He was cool. He was chill. He a lot of times these people have help or I don't know what the
people
word
around
for.
them.
Yeah, like
Teams.
Yeah, a team of people. It was Cowboy. We pulled up. We texted them. We're here.
Yeah.
We had this big like. If you look on our City Coffee social, you see he has this big gate. It says BMF Ranch.
To the ranch. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got all this stuff on the outside. Like we don't have surveillance. We got guns.
Yeah.
And like
If you're
all
close
this, like-
enough, if you're close enough to read this, you're within range of
Yeah,
the shot
yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that. Yep.
Yeah. So you pull up there. We text him we're there. We roll into his spot. He sits down. We have a cup of coffee with him. Tim makes coffee. I video, and then he takes the winners on a tour, Isaac and Jennifer, and just was like super cool and chill.
He's got like 7 buildings on this. It's like a compound on his ranch.
Is it? Yeah, probably something like that.
Yeah, because he's got his house. He's got staff house or whatever they
He's
call
got
that.
dorms. Because
No. He's got his house
the
and then
side house?
Yeah, the side house. Right.
Yeah, so you're right. His house, side house, dorms, which so other fighters and athletes, people that train there, and then also he just had a kids camp, so those people stay there.
Yep.
Then
The animal house.
Yeah, I don't know. Then he had the training facility.
Yep. The gym.
He had the sauna.
The sauna. Yeah.
Maybe that was it.
I
So
don't
what
know.
is that?
Count that up. 6. Yep.
Something like
On
that.
40 acres.
It was huge.
It was
massive.
the coolest thing.
Super cool. The first thing we did, we went and he's like feeding his animals, telling us stories of how he got them, all that stuff. And the girl with Jennifer won the contest. She was like, "Hey, do you mind if we take pictures?" And he was like, "Do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Do whatever you want.
I don't give a shit."
Take as
Do
many
your thing.
pictures as you want.
Yeah.
Include me. Do whatever. He didn't care about anything.
No, he was great.
Just wanted them to have fun.
Which is huge for us because when we show up, we didn't know Cowboy personally before this. We knew his vibe and his persona and what we thought he might be. We'd been working with his management team on everything, and Tim communicates directly with them. And we also didn't know the winners. So like when we show up, you don't know what they're gonna be like, how it's gonna be. Is it gonna be cool? Is it gonna be fun? Are they gonna be too groupy? Are they gonna be too quiet? Like we're trying to make this an exciting experience on both ends. So Cowboy wants to do it again. So they tell other people, they share, and it's a memorable moment. For our second experience now, it's been perfect, I think.
Yeah, we're
right?
2 for 2 for sure.
Yeah. Hopefully third time's the same.
Yeah. Is that another segue? Maybe soon.
We don't have anything yet.
Dot.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Have you talked to the
No,
person's
not yet.
the person's
No,
person?
No response back
All right.
yet.
We're there. We're close.
Yep. Stay tuned.
All right, let's talk a little what we did on it. So how we do these contests, we set it up with them. We arrange with the athlete or anyone, I guess, in the future, but currently just 2 athletes we've worked with. We set up a number of posts they're going to do. We work with them on wording, verbiage. We have we kind of let them do their thing, but guide
Needs
them.
to sound authentic.
Needs to sound authentic in their words,
Right.
and their vibe. So we kind of just guide them, but let them do the thing on as far as like verbiage, time, and then stuff
Which
like that.
let me intersect here. So one
please,
of
man,
Cowboy's
intersect,
posts,
yeah.
which you it's a must see if you guys have not seen this yet. We are 98% sure that he was on the pot taking a dump when he
on
did,
our video
did
yeah,
the
probably.
video promoting it.
Yeah.
We forgot to ask him if he was when we were there, but we're pretty sure that he was. And he's like,
I wonder where that was.
he's like, come hang out with Cowboy, drink some coffee, bullshit with Cowboy,
Bullshit
and we're
with
pretty sure
Cowboy.
he was taking a dump.
Yeah, he definitely looked like it.
Okay, go ahead. But very authentic again. Back to Cowboy being authentic.
Yeah, I mean he's just chilling, doing his thing.
Let me run this promo really quick.
Yeah. So 2 things behind it. So we've got him posting, our posting from our small following. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. And then we put money behind it on Facebook. So we spend a little bit. Let's try to get it out to his fans, to his people, and Facebook/Instagram, I guess I should say. But we put money through Facebook. This time we had an issue with Facebook. I figured it out. Did I tell you that?
Nope.
As of this morning, I figured out the issue. Facebook, we're like, what was it, Wednesday or Thursday that week?
Yep. Our last week
Of the week before. So the promotion ended on a Sunday. Wednesday, Thursday that week, we're trying to close it out, make our final push, get donations, all that. And all of a sudden, we just don't get any donations that day, or very little, like very small amount, which was weird because we were getting a good push there. So Tim and then Jabbar, who's helped us with our Facebook advertising, realized that that's going on. And I don't remember who realized it first.
I did.
You saw it. And then so they took our
Because
ads
you can
down.
see, I mean, there's spikes on the website when there's ads. There's
Right,
revenue
right.
on the and then when that all of a sudden shoots down, you're like, why? And then you look into it. And what's going on?
So we have to. It's shut down. And none of our ads are going. We have like a system to how we do this. None of it's working. So we have to re-up. I don't know what else would you guys do on the back end of it to make it go through the second time.
Well, we tried to like basically mimic what we did.
Yeah.
And just start it over. Maybe like for some reason it was shut down. So tried just basically doing the same exact thing, and then it was just under review. Everything was under review, so that we were like paused on everything.
Yeah. But went up.
Then it ended up going up because Jabari had talked to customer service.
Customer service, if you've ever worked with Facebook, is not.
It's not ideal.
No. So that was
maybe
2 weeks ago today.
Yeah, sure.
Two weeks ago today, we finally got up. I just figured it out today. What the issue was, we had to like two key. I had to basically go through Facebook. So we're trying to set up new Facebook ads. We get on a call with a Facebook expert. Is that what they call themselves?
Yeah.
From the Facebook marketing team. He sets up the call. We're figuring out what we're going to do moving forward for this another experience, and then also for just our coffee in general. And we couldn't get access to the damn page, so we're trying to figure that out. He can't help us do anything on that because that's not what he does, but he sends us to his VIP support. I get on VIP support. It's not working day one. The second day I tried, it's not working. The third time I tried, it works, but takes a minute to get up to load. And asks me 2 questions and then goes, hey, can we move this to email? So then we're on email. Long story short, which wasn't that short, 2 weeks later, we finally have everything up and running. So I posted something today. We're golden, baby. We're golden.
About damn time.
Yeah, I know, right? That shit sucks because it's like we're a company or a small company. We don't have millions. We're spending a few dollars. We should have some sort of access to somebody to like, we have an issue, bam, we go. Even I tried on Twitter to contact Facebook support, nothing.
Yeah, that's terrible.
No response.
That's terrible.
It is terrible. It is what it is, though. All right, on Twitter. So I pulled up some numbers. So this is basically what we did. So I know we talked about this a couple of podcasts back with Ben Askren. So we would tweet at them or have them tweet. Twitter's been our best number wise that we don't pay for.
Well, yeah, because it's not paid for.
Yeah, our best organic. So we had in July the entire month. So we started. Do you remember the date specifically we started? Was it June 28th or something with Cowboy?
Yes.
And we ended July 28th. Yeah, so a month. So this might be kind of off, but pretty close. We had. In the month of July, we did 439 tweets. A lot of those are tweeting back at people. Profile visits 3,700. 32 new followers, not bad. That puts us at about $150. I'm not sure the exact number. 187 mentions, which is a ton. Again, we have 150 followers ish, but the impressions 720K.
That's more than Askren's was, wasn't it? I think he was like 600 something.
630 was Askren's. So now some of those are him tweeting at us. Some of the
liking tweets, retweeting our tweets,
keeping all that stuff. So
nearly a million, nearly 800, I guess.
Not nearly 800, 720. That's pretty nearly 700.
Okay, depends on the scale.
Wow. I don't know where you went to school, kid.
Well,
but
if
you
the
go
scale
to 750, you round up. Below 750, you round
up.
If
the scale is 1 to 800,000, it's close to 800,000. If the scale is 1 to 700 million, it's closer to 1. Depends on the scale.
I guess, dude.
Thank you.
Anyway, it was good job on Twitter of us engaging, interacting. A big thing I like doing on Twitter, I usually handle most of our Twitter, and by most, I mean all of our Twitter, is just getting involved in conversation. So with this experience, anytime Cowboy had a fight announcement within this too, so that probably helps. But talking to people on there, asking questions, engaging, letting them know about the contest, that kind of stuff. But not overtly just like, hey, we're having a contest. It's more talking to them, getting them to come to our page, see our pin tweet, which talks. I think it was actually with Cowboy, and then he quote tweeted our thing. about the contest, like information below, so to show that he's authentically involved, which seems to be a thing. People will, with the Cowboy and with the Ben Askren, people are like, is this legit?
Yeah.
We get a lot of that on Facebook. Is this thing legit? Is this, wow. And then I would just say, look at his profile. You know, like if he tweets it or he puts it on Instagram or
Definitely
or Facebook, it helps legitimize it.
Yeah, because he's never offered, hey, come hang out at the ranch.
Has never done it.
Yeah.
One, exclusive offering, and that's a huge thing of what we want to
Totally.
do is create exclusive shit, not stuff you can pay for, you can buy. I mean, I'm sure if you paid him $100K, you could go do the damn thing, but that's not something.
He'd probably take $100K for it.
He definitely would.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Anybody
come here.
listening, hearing,
100K
can come to this place for $10K. You can come hang out for
and coffee for a year.
hours. Yeah. I don't give a shit. Do that.
Yep.
What else is going on, Timmy? That's we can put a bow on that little
On
bit.
our city coffee experience number 2.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to add.
No, I think the
thought
only
it was good.
Yeah.
One thing we need to do is make sure that these are longer.
100%. Yeah. But it's not always on us.
It's not always on us. This was kind of a funky one.
Cowboy's all over the place.
Cowboy
so
is all over
just
the
to
place.
grab him was good.
We had basically 2 days on the weekend we could do it, or wait a long time.
Yeah.
So that's why we did with him, with Ben Askren, same kind of deal. We had an ideal weekend for the UFC fight in Chicago. But we need to. We're doing 4 to 6 weeks. So Cowboys 4 weeks.
Askren was like 5.
Askren was 5. Yeah. So we need to do more of the 8 to 10
would
week
be ideal. Yeah.
build up.
Yep.
Type deal.
Yep.
Something we'll hopefully be able to change and do different in the future.
It's just tough planning with other people. Like,
Yeah.
I would imagine like a lot of athletes and talent that we're looking to, like, they travel and they do a lot of like random things like we do. So it's like planning us out 2 months in advance, 3 months in advance, and saying we're going to be here at this time, and that's tough to do.
Yeah, we don't like to do plans ahead of time. But we can, if it's something like that. If it's a bigger thing, we cut it out and we put it in our schedule.
Totes.
That's doable.
Yep.
That's doable. Speaking of athletes and shit like that.
Tell me.
So Cowboy Cerrone's, I don't know, one of the biggest names. He's a top 10. I'm sure he has top 10 following in the UFC.
Probably. Yeah.
Ben Askren's right up there if he's not top 10 following. And he's not even been in the UFC for more than
6
8
months.
months. 8 months. I think he was officially in December.
Yeah.
So another big name. And we've had 2 managers reach out to us. Right? 2?
I was thinking 1.
I don't want to say like names.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right.
We had 2. We had the one
2.
on Instagram and one.
But it was
we got
2
an
for
email.
Askren. It wasn't even for this one.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is these managers, like we're obviously spending money with big names in the space. For not every manager to be reaching out to us is ridiculous.
Yep.
Like why they're not finding an email, DMing us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, saying, "Hey, my client has, whatever. He drinks coffee, she drinks coffee. We want to do something."
Or athletes themselves.
Athletes in general.
Yeah.
But UFC is different, where these guys are more used to doing brand type deals. When you're talking NFL, NBA, those guys are doing huge, massive deals with shoe
Mountain
companies,
Dew.
they're doing $1 million deals. This obviously isn't $1 million deal, but we're spending money in the space that they're in, and for managers to not constantly be reaching out to us just tells you how shitty.
Yep.
Almost I don't know if I should say every manager, but most managers are in the space. They don't give a shit. They're not creating content. They're not creating any sort of new type avenues of revenue for these athletes.
Yep, I agree.
They'll wait for something to come their way, and then they'll disperse. I know, like a lot of times what they do, they'll have a handful of smaller, lesser-known athletes with smaller followings, and they'll get a brand that'll come to them, and then they'll pitch small deals to each of their people to post. And they're making a couple $100 to post it.
Right.
But
I think the mostly specifically with MMA is they're worried about the deals of them where they're fighting, as opposed to the brand deals and
the
their
managers
social
and agents, for
yeah.
sure. They should be. And I talked about this on my Instagram story, which I'm sure you saw, Timmy, is like hard knocks and creating behind the scenes stuff should be done by every management company, every agent, every athlete in any professional sport. And very few do it. Few teams do it. Every for UFC MMA, every gym should be doing it. They should be having behind the scenes content. That stuff's one. It's interesting. It's easy to do and produce, especially with teams and big people who already have video teams. And it's also easy to monetize.
Definitely. I think it's difficult when you get to like NBA. So I remember even like for teams, because the teams, even working with, because when we were doing stuff with the Cavs, like specific, you had to pay athletes to do stuff.
Right.
So if they're going to be doing like an embedded type of thing, they're going to be paying millions of dollars to just create.
No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that shit. You can just be at practice. You can be on the bus.
Right. It depends on what you're doing with it. But NBA, you can't deny that working with an NBA athlete is completely different than working with a UFC athlete.
Yeah, but not if you're on the team. If it's your team, you can create your own content. So you can be at
to
practice.
An extent. You can't show them training. You can't do that type of stuff.
You can't show them working out?
No, you can't.
Well, a lot of them do their own
right.
shit. So you can pull that.
That's what I'm saying.
You can do that.
From a team perspective, it's difficult for them. They have rules and regulations from an NBA team.
I get it. But either way, there's plenty of content you can be creating.
Definitely.
You can they should all be on top of that, they should all have their own channels for their athletes.
Yeah. Well, we remember a year and a half ago, 2 years ago when the Cavs were going to the finals.
Yeah.
We wanted to create
even
not even just for the athletes, but it was for the staff members on like how much the organization changes during playoffs and during the finals.
Yeah. But they were in on that. It just was slow to.
I don't remember exactly
we didn't have
why.
enough time.
Yeah,
essentially. But they should all if you're in the UFC, you should have an athlete's channel. You should have a cowboy. You should have a show with Cowboy Cerrone. You should have a show with Ben Askren. You've got the platform of, I don't know what they have on YouTube. Say 3 million, 5 million, 7 million. Not nothing. And you can have the content of them creating it. They're just doing the same shit on every fight's the same general layout. They have their embeddeds. They have their countdown, which is like the main big show preview for it. Embeddeds are like daily, day in the life type stuff. But they should have a Cowboy Cerrone hunting show instead of a Dana White looking for a fight. They should have, like stuff like that is just so obvious and simple. Same for the NFL. And why can't they? I don't know if they can actually pay them in the NFL, but I know the UFC can just pay them to do this shit. They can have their own content creation channels. It's easy, simple shit.
I agree.
Thank you for agreeing, Timmy.
I concur.
I think we've talked enough today.
Okay.
We have to go. We're gonna do a run through on a new podcast we're doing.
Yep.
This shall be interesting. Something we're creating. Coming out very, very soon. But we're doing kind of a mock run-through practice round. Timmy, are you ready?
Yep.
Doesn't matter either way. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.